Hello everybody and welcome back to another video today. Today I'll be doing a election prediction, a 2022 Senate election prediction, which will decide the composition of the United States Senate from 2023 to 2025. I haven't made one of these, I believe, in a few weeks, and I've really been doing a lot of those 2024 scenarios, so I'm going to try and add some new things into it because there really isn't much content to do, so I've really been doing a lot of the 2024 scenarios. If you like them, you can go look at them. But today I thought I would do a 2022 Senate election prediction. We're about a year out from when the actual campaigns start to heat up. I guess you can just say 1 year out from the campaigns. I don't know. But let's start off with our safe Democrat states. California, if David Padilla runs, obviously it will be a safe state. Same with all of these West Coast states, Maryland, Connecticut. It's either Ben Cardin or Chris Van Hollen running. I think Chris Van Hollen's running, and he'll do well in Maryland as well. Vermont will be safe. New York will be safe. And Tammy Duckworth in Illinois will be safe. And that's all the safe Democrats. But they're already at 45 seats. Let's see what the Republicans can get. Idaho, Utah, not Alaska. Republicans tend to usually be at such a big disadvantage during the Senate elections. It's a bit crazy. I'm going to include Iowa, Missouri, and Indiana for the Republicans. But that's it, 45-44. I think Iowa will be safe. Even if Chuck Grassley doesn't run, and it's been shifting to the right, and it's a red wave year, Iowa will go, I believe, well above 10 points for the Republican candidate. Let's go to likely Republican states. I'm going to include Ohio as a likely Republican state, as well as Alaska. I still think Republicans will win that. If Murkowski doesn't win the primary, she could run third party, but I think the Republicans will still win that by a likely margin, even if she takes lots of votes away from the Republican candidate. That is about all for the likely. Oh, actually, Florida will also be a likely Republican state. Marco Rubio, very popular in Florida. I think he'll do very well with the Cuban vote. He won by about 7.7% in 2016. And you could see possibly a bigger margin in 2022 or 2016, bigger margin in 2022, just because Florida has been shifting more to the right, and Rubio has that Hispanic appeal, especially Cuban, Venezuelan, Puerto Rican. So anyway, let's get to likely Democrat candidate states, and there's not many of them. I'm pretty sure I'm just going to be listing Colorado at the moment. Colorado, it's not as solid as Oregon or Washington, but it's still likely, and it's been trending to the left. Even in a red wave year, Colorado will not be competitive in my mind. But anyway, let's get right into the lean states. Republicans 47, Democrats 46. This is when it really starts to get tight and heated. Lean states, Democrats will still win the state of Nevada. I know that the more socialist wing of the Democrat Party in Nevada has taken control of the party there and of the legislature. And Harry Reid has warned the Democrats that they might hurt them in Nevada. We obviously have yet to see any mainstream candidates announce their run in Nevada, Republicans at least, or Democrats. And I can't really make that much of a justification for the characterization. But what I will say, there still is a high proportion of Democrats to Republicans. The Republicans may be emboldened to come out and vote in Nevada. I just haven't seen the polls yet. I'm just going to keep it that way, just based on historic trends and the fact that the proportion of Democrats to Republicans, although socialists or more left progressive wing of the party has taken control of the party in Nevada. It's whatever you want to phrase them as. I'm going to leave the rest as not characterized. So the rest states will be tilt blue, I'm going to include North Carolina as lean Republican, but that'll be the final one. The rest of these states will be either tilt red or tilt blue. And we have about 4 to go, or 5 to go, actually, which is a lot that are going to be very close. And the first one I want to start off with is Wisconsin. I think Wisconsin will tilt to the Republicans. I think that if Ron Johnson runs, it could be lean, but I still think that with the red wave year, Biden won Wisconsin by 0.5% with a Republican candidate. In a red wave year, Biden shifted it back from Trump, but Wisconsin has clearly shown an enormous trend to the right since Obama won by about 7 to 8 points in 2012 to Trump winning by 0.7 in 2016. Now Biden barely winning it back by 0.5 in 2020. In a red wave year, 2022, now 2 years later, when the demographics continue to shift in the Republicans' direction, in the right's direction, they will pick it up by a lean margin, possibly tilt margin. I'll leave it at tilt right now, just because we don't have as clear a view of the candidates at the moment. Now, tilt Democrat, I'm going to go all the way down to Arizona. I still think Mark Kelly will hold on to his Arizona seat. Even in a red wave year, Arizona's been trending to the left. Doug Ducey has said he's not going to run. Kelly won by about over 2.5 points. Now, that's not the biggest margin. I think it'll narrow up possibly less than 1% in this election, but Mark Kelly will hold on to it. The amount of registered Democrats in Arizona has surpassed Republicans, and I think Kelly will hold on to the Arizona seat and continue his term until 2029, and that'll be 6 years. Senators get 6-year terms, so it's a bit crazy to see when they'll finish their quote term unless they run for re-election, which he probably would. But anyway, we got 3 states left. Senate's very close, as expected, and I am going to characterize. See, these states are probably going to be the closest races of the night. Pennsylvania, New Hampshire, Georgia. 2 opportunities for Republicans to flip a blue state red, and 1 opportunity for Democrats to flip a red state blue. I think I'm going to start with Pennsylvania. If Tom Wolf runs in Pennsylvania, he'll win the race, I believe, even as a Democrat. We haven't seen anything yet from Tom Wolf, so I'm not going to say that he's going to run, just as I'm not going to say Ron Johnson's going to run in Wisconsin. And I'm not going to include that in New Hampshire either. And I'm trying to be balanced like this. But with Pennsylvania, I think if I'm not including Tom Wolf running, Republicans will continue that trend for similar reasons as Wisconsin, holding on to that seat by another tilt margin. Biden won it by 1.2%. This is a red wave year now. Republicans will increase their margins and increase their turnout, and I believe have a very good shot at taking back the Pennsylvania Senate race. Let's head down to Georgia. I think Raphael Warnock will cling on to his Georgia race, even against Herschel Walker, assuming Herschel Walker is the nominee. He said he's running. So I think that's more obvious than the Tom Wolf or a Sununu run. Walker, it'll be a close race. I just don't think Walker is the best, is the best speaker. I don't know how else to put it, and the best way to say Republican viewpoints. He really just has that name recognition for him. The football, as a football player, he's a black Republican that possibly could help him in Georgia. But I just don't know how well he can articulate Republican policies compared to Warnock, and I think Warnock could outwin him on the ideas at the end of the day, and that'll keep him in Georgia even in a red wave year. Quote, red wave year. This is obviously thinking about historic proportions. But yeah, in New Hampshire, I am going to include that as tilt Republican. I think New Hampshire will do well. We saw the polls, the new RCP polls, Kelly Ayotte down in New Hampshire. I don't think Ayotte will run. Sununu was the one up in New Hampshire. Sununu runs, I think he'll win New Hampshire. I'm not trying to say he's going to run or not because I mentioned that already, but Sununu is one of the main people who has a chance at winning. It does look like he could run. Obviously, we don't know yet. In a red wave year, Hassan won it in 2016 by 0.2%, and that was not even a red wave year. That was just like a neutral year. So we're now in a red wave year. I think Hassan will lose it, maybe go Republican 0.6%. Obviously, don't know the candidates yet, but this is my final map as of July 27th, 2021. So I'll probably come out with another one next month or soon after that. If you disagree with any of my characterizations, just please let me know in the comments, and I will do my best to respond to you. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. This is obviously what the Senate map would look like if my prediction is correct. I really appreciate if you'd subscribe. We're so close to 100 subscribers, 90. I've worked so hard for this, so I'd really appreciate if you could hit the subscribe button and the notification. If I got to 100, I'd be really happy about that. That's really one of the first biggest steps that I think I'd have in my YouTube channel, but we're close to it anyway. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. Like the video, comment, whatever you guys need to do, and stay tuned for more because I do plan to come out with much more videos as we go into August and September, and as we continue to go into it. So anyway, thank you guys so much. I may do some analyzations of Virginia, but I don't know yet. It just really depends on if I'm interested in the race or not, and if you guys are interested. So anyway, thank you guys so much. Make sure to subscribe and have a great day.